Okay, so as soon as I get done with Dragon Ball in the Unreal Engine, of course the very next day they would drop a trailer for the next DBZ game. The title has been confirmed as Dragon Ball Fusion, an open world RPG for the 3DS. It is said to be an entirely new story, and the cool thing about this game is that you can fuse any two characters together. As you can see here, we have the fusion of Piccolo and Krillin. The main character for this game, or at least the guy who's been on all the covers, has been Crowley, which of course is the fusion of Kakarot and Broly. Now this game uses a completely different type of fusion from what we're used to seeing in the anime or the manga. Instead of Metamaries or Potara, this game uses quote-unquote wristbands. Now we don't know the limitations of this type of fusion, we don't know if it multiplies your power, but it is heavily implied that you can fuse any two characters from the Dragon Ball universe together, regardless of their power gap, which honestly is pretty cool. We also have customizable characters similar to Xenoverse. This game is going to be giving us 5 races to choose from. Of course we have the Namekians, the Saiyans, the humans, but then we have 2 other completely different races. One is called Spirit Worlden, which looks a lot like Majin Buu fused with the Kaioshin. One of them actually has a Majin Buu type face, just with Supreme Kai clothing, but the other race is simply just called Alien, and I don't know, I guess that these guys could be anything. Now one thing that I'm not 100% sure on is that if you can fuse your own custom character with a pre-established character in the Dragon Ball universe. For example, let's say I make my own character, could I go on to fuse him with someone like, let's just say, Trunks? I don't know, I think that might just be a little bit too much to ask. But moving on to the actual trailer, since it was in Japanese, I didn't know what this guy was saying at all, but thanks to other people we have the exact translations. He starts off by saying, "The entire galaxy has been waiting. A new Dragon Ball story on the Nintendo 3DS." Again, I do want to confirm that this game will be a 3DS exclusive, and as of right now there has been no localization for an international release, but regardless they then go on to say, "The boys created a world where everything is mixed together, both the living world and the afterlife." And when he says boys, I assume he's talking about Goten and Trunks, and as you can see in the trailer, everything seems to be sort of disorientated. We have floating islands above Kame House, and the check-in station seems to be reminiscent of the 12th DBZ movie Fusion Reborn, so I'm not sure who the main villain of this game is going to be. However, we do see a guy running around in Beerus' planet, so that does confirm that this game will be covering Dragon Ball Super content, making it the first game to actually go into that territory. But then going back to the narrator, he goes on to say, "Freely explore this dragon world that expands throughout space and time. Recruit warriors from different timelines and fight new battles." Okay, so I think we can all agree that this game may just be the most ambitious Dragon Ball game ever created. Think about it, fusing with every relevant character in the series, going into different timelines, and don't even get me started on this open world aspect. The only disappointing thing, and it may not even be a thing once we get more information on this, is that this game is so far only coming out in Japan. I mean, there seems to be so much effort going into this, and if they don't distribute it to the entire world, it would be such a waste. Now here is the final important thing that the narrator says. "The boys have created this never before seen Dragon Ball that surpasses both time and space." And I don't even know what to think of this. A never before seen Dragon Ball that surpasses time and space sounds like something that would be perfect for a game like this, and I'm so glad that they're doing it. But in terms of what it actually means, I have no clue. Maybe Goten and Trunks find a Dragon Ball from a different timeline, and since it's from a different timeline, it throws everything off balance. Again, I have no clue. That's just complete speculation. I am really looking forward to this game though. But anyway, let me know if this game interests you to any extent. Going by the trailers, I am getting a real Pokemon X and Y vibe, just with Dragon Ball characters. Maybe this can finally be the 3D successor to the Legacy of Goku series. Let me know what you think, but as always, I will see you in the next Dragon Ball Z video.